Welcome to part 3 of coloring Fear for the Ace of Spades. So last time we did all his shades and shadows. This time we're going to work on lights, highlights, and special effects. Now I'm leaving this first part in real time so you guys can see what my technique is. So I'm taking a lighter color of his flat color of his shirt, and I'm going to be adding a gradient. Here I'm bringing up the gradient and I'm adjusting the percent of the opacity down to 15% because the lights are actually can't be as bright or as strong as the shadow gradients were, or it's just too much of a overkill. And this is kind of a slow process, and I have to decide between using a big gradient or a circle gradient as I'm picking up there. Okay, so now we're back into the time lapse because this is the same slow technique on all the parts that have highlights, and it's really amazing how this makes it different and just makes him shine and glow. So since his leg is actually in the foreground, I'm highlighting it and erasing the part that overflowed outside the lines. Okay, so here I am turning it on and off, and you can really see the difference that this made. Okay, now I'm color picking. We're going to do the lights, which are subtle highlights. And I shade with a blue light around because his main colors are black and blue actually. His skin has a blue tone to it. Back to real time, I just like showing how I use the eyedropper on the circular color pickers back there. Okay, now fun part. Now we're on the special effects, and I'm adding the pink glow to his eyes. His eyes are white, but they have a pink light emanating from them. And here at the center is a very subtle effect that he has. He technically does have pupils, even though his eyes are white. They are the whitest, brightest parts. And if he was animated, those would move in the direction that he's looking. Okay, so here we are adding the pink glow that emanates from his eyes. So this is this part that comes out from behind, and it's two separate layers. And now one of my favorite parts, when I'm getting close to the end, is coloring his black lines. Luckily he's mostly black, so there's not a lot of coloring to be done. Now the line layers, you see that lock over on the left? I have the lines locked. This way I don't color what's behind it or go outside the lines. It's a great little feature that's such a helpful tool. And this is why I can use a big brush and go over, although I have to be careful not to hit the black areas. I have to avoid the black lines. There I am erasing and fixing where I went over. And without the tablet, it's hard doing this with a mouse because there's no pressure sensitivity. Okay, now we're gonna do a part where we're gonna color his hair. And this is in real time. He has 3 colors we're gonna do. Watch the hair. The middle hair is going to be purple. There, dark purple, all in one shot. I love how quickly this goes. Okay, the red hair. And I can only pick 2 colors for foreground and background, so I gotta go back to the third and I get the blue. And his left hair is blue. Boom, blue hair. Really cool. Now we're going to add the shine that makes his hair look like tinsel, and his hair changes color with the light as he moves around. So I'm actually using a brush in the mode called overlay, and I'm coloring this actually with gray, very dark gray and an almost white gray. This is one of my favorite parts to do, but it does take a long time. And with the mouse, it seemed to have taken even longer. So again, remember, he's a neuron. These are his dendrites. Technically, they're not hair. These are his sensory organs and how he picks up what the fears are around him. And he can know what you're afraid of. Okay, so now we're adding the final color lights because on his face he's got the glow of the pink would cast a pink light on his nose and on his cheeks, and his skin is a blue tone, so I added that to his feet and his hands. Okay, so we are done with Fear for now. I think he turned out great. Check that out. Love the effect on his hair. It's so shiny and metallic, it really does look tinsely. And alright, so then in part 4, we are going to work with coloring his wings. And that might be it. I haven't decided if I'll do a background or not. Oh, and lastly, I did add a gray background to this just so I could see the lighter colors and the glows easier than instead of having him on the white sketch paper that I had. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Des signing off.